Alright, what's up everybody? It's Scotty the marketing dude back here at CC Power Sports Clarksville again, and today we're taking out this super clean, just traded in 2019 Royal Enfield 650 GT. If we can get her to start here. If I can figure out the starting procedure, there it is. It's a little button. Alright. I'm pretty excited to see how this thing is. I've always wanted to ride one. Unfortunately, we're not a Royal Enfield dealer, and there's really not one close. I think the closest one is probably 2 or 3 hours away from here. So I've never really gotten a chance to ride one. I've always wanted to, because I actually myself, if you've watched this, you've probably heard me talk about it 100 times, but I own a Triumph Bonneville T100 Black Edition. So, pretty comparable bike to this in a lot of ways. This is, widely considered like a budget Bonneville. It's a little smaller, 650cc versus the 900, on the Bonnie. And we're down a little horsepower over that Bonnie. I think this thing's putting out around 44. I could be 1 or 2 off there in either direction. I'm not totally sure, but I think it's around 44 horsepower. But it's just a beautiful motorcycle. As we waiting to get on the highway here, just take a walk around it. I just love the way these bikes look. They've just got the classic, perfect cafe racer styling from the bars, these clip-on bars, beautiful blue tank with the stepped-in sides, and the spoked wheels, the cowling on the rear. Just a beautiful motorcycle. I love the twice pipes coming out, symmetrical beauty. But these are just really well made bikes. I mean, even the engine case there with the Royal Enfield on it just looks so good. And they've been making these bikes for a long time. I think they're actually one of the longest manufacturers as far as manufacturing name in the business since 1901. So you've got some competition there, Indian and brands like that have been around that long, but not in business as long as them. Continuous. This brand has been in continuous business that long. They've got a great name. They're an Indian brand. They've been independent, since 1947, when India, broke off from the British Empire there. And these bikes were, used in the Indian military for a long time. So really reliable motorcycles. And, I've just always wanted to be on one. So I'm excited to see what this thing does on the freeway. I really love this 650 Twin that's on this bike. It reminds me a lot of mine, obviously. But this is just like legit old school. And it sounds old school. It just looks amazing. I'm really excited. We're getting on the freeway now, so we'll see what it does. It's being a smaller bike. I'll tell you right now, we're already going, 75 miles an hour, and we're only doing about 5,500 RPMs. Really similar to my Bonneville, to be honest, the way it feels on the highway. It's not vibrating at all. It's really not even straining. So, already impressed. Already feels like a strong runner, and it looks awesome doing it. So this, like I said, this is a trade-in. They traded it for a dual sport. They're just doing a different kind of riding. The person that traded this bike in, they didn't need it anymore. But it's only got a little over 900 miles on it. So this thing's just past its break-in. It's like brand new. It's a 2019. I think we're asking $52.99 for it. So you're getting a really, just an absolute beautiful cafe racer for under $6,000 for $52.99. I mean, it's just an awesome looking bike. If you're looking for maybe your first bike and you want something that's a little more stylish than, say, the Rebel or a Ninja 400 or something that usually people would get on, look no further, right? I don't expect this bike to be with us long. I mean, we've all known that with this COVID pandemic, and motorcycles have just been flying off showroom floor. You know, a bike this beautiful, I mean, it's already had some eyes on it, I'm not going to lie. And that's why when Jose told me, you know, hey, go take that thing out, I jumped at the opportunity, because I just don't think it's going to be here much longer. And I don't get very many opportunities to ride bikes like this. So just really excited. I was, you know, really, I was keen to ride it just to compare it to, you know, my personal bike, my Bonneville, because, you know, maybe a person that's looking for a Bonneville that doesn't want to spend that much money. I mean, if you can get one of these, I say jump on it. I mean, I got to tell you, so far, I mean, I feel like maybe it doesn't work as hard as my Bonnie on the freeway. I'm really impressed. I mean, it doesn't feel like it's vibrating at all. I was expecting, you know, a bike of this budget, this caliber, to maybe be a little looser feeling, a little more vibrating at freeway speeds, but nothing. And this tucked over position, you know, I've got a cafe bike at home. I've got an old CB750, and I really, one of the main reasons I don't ride it as much anymore is it's just, you know, it's not very comfortable. But I will say, I don't know if it's just the suspension is so plush on this bike. It's got those really awesome piggyback shocks. And it's got clip-ons, but they're a little higher. If you can see here, like, you know, the clip-on, it kind of rises up. So it's not such a drop clip-on like, you know, my 750, the bars are way down here. And this bike it's just comfortable. I mean, it really is. I feel like I could ride it for a pretty long while, to be honest. So far, I don't know. I don't have much bad to say about it. We don't carry this brand, so I can be totally honest with you. And I would be, no matter what, you know. But I obviously like all the brands that we carry, but they don't really offer something like this. Kawasaki does with the W800, and I've ridden that bike before. I've did a video on that bike, and I loved that bike. I think this bike is very comparable to, say, the Kawasaki W800, if you were looking at that bike. Maybe more so even than the Bonneville. But the Cowie, a little more expensive. So I think if you want, like, legit nostalgia, this bike is kind of where it's at. It feels so good. It just, you know, you feel like you're riding to the Salt Flats back in, like, circa 1964. And it corners pretty well. I mean, you know what? It's funny. It feels a lot like my 74 CB750 in the corners. It's not, it's got that kind of raw, old school feel. Maybe even a little shake, you know. You're not going to want to push this thing like it's a new CBR 1000. You know, it'll get a little loose on you, but it's not bad. And honestly, I like the way old bikes like this feel. I'm smart enough not to push them beyond their limit, but you can kind of get them right there to that edge, and it's just like this rawness that you don't get on a new bike. Like, I've ridden a lot of modern sport bikes, and yeah, you can lay them over, you can rip a corner, and it's awesome. But you almost feel too comfortable when you do that on those bikes. Like, oh, I might get in some serious trouble here if I hit a pebble, you know? Where on this bike, you know, you got to be a little more cautious, but when you do lay it into it, I don't know, this to me feels like motorcycling. Unlike, you know, maybe some of the big cruisers that we ride on here, and that is like a total different type of motorcycling than riding something like this Royal Enfield. This is just like a raw, feel the road, feel the motor beneath you, kind of classic feel. Classic looks, but I will say pretty modern performance. You know, this bike, it gets up and goes pretty good. I mean, we're already up to 60. This is kind of where I do like my, you know, let's see how fast we get up to 60. I mean, I feel like that was a pretty good run. And like I said, I'm just shocked that it's not strained at all. It really feels like I'm not working it hard, you know. And it's just such a beautiful motorcycle. I would love to take this thing home myself, you know. I've just got too many. I've got way too many motorcycles and bicycles in the garage to add something else to it. But I would absolutely love to have this thing. It's so comfortable. and it's cool. You know, it's one of those bikes you pull up to the gas station. A lot of people are going to think this thing is from the 60s. I get that even on my Bonneville. People come up to me and are like, what year is that, man? You know, they think it's carbureted, and it's got those fake carburetors on it and stuff, but, you know, obviously it's not. But that's kind of a cool feeling, you know, because then you get it's like a conversation starter, right? Because then you got to tell everybody the whole history, and you know, I know actually it's a new motorcycle. They're just really cool, man. So I think if you're just looking for something to beat around on, but you want something that's maybe a little more fashionable, a little more like off the beaten path, I think definitely look at something like this. It's a great price. Maybe if you're a college student that's looking for something to ride to school and back, you know, this would be great because it looks old, it looks cool, it's fun to ride, but you're going to have a little more reliability because it is, you know, a new motorcycle, or like new motorcycle in this case. And, you know, I always encourage that. I rode my 74 750 to school every day, and that thing was, you know, I'm always like, oh gosh, is it going to start? Is the clutch going to go out on me? You know, is the float going to stick? And carb number 3, carb number 3 in that 750 has always been the problem child for me. It used to stick on me all the time. I had to carry a screwdriver with me just to tap on the bowl to get her to free up so I could get home. So if you don't want to do that, but you want a daily rider and you want something that looks like that, Royal Enfield. Or a Kawasaki W800. Check that ride video out on our channel as well. Get you something like that. You know, it looks cool, and they're gonna run. You know, you're not gonna have those issues. You're not gonna have to worry about that stuff. I'm just continually shocked with the performance out of this thing. The brakes feel pretty great. I'm gonna go ahead and go here. All right. This intersection's always a little sketchy. This motor sounds awesome. And, you know, I think if you put a set of slip-ons on this thing that maybe got rid of those baffles back there, but kept the look. That's one thing I always like about these bikes. And just like my Bonneville, I'm thinking about putting some slip-ons on it myself. And it's got those nice pea-shooter exhausts. And I want to keep that look, so you've got to find the right slip-on that looks old, like those pea shooters, but maybe frees the motor up a little bit. I think you did that to this bike, it would sound even better. It sounds great, I'll be honest with you. It's quiet, but it's got a nice rev. It's got a nice kind of deeper tone. It's a little deeper than my Bonneville. I always say my Bonneville sounds like a sewing machine when you rev it up. That's one of the reasons I want to put some pipes on it. But this bike, it just sounds good. I don't know. Man, I love it. Oh, I've got a problem, everybody. I love every bike that I ride. It just doesn't matter. I could just keep filling a garage with motorcycles if I had endless wealth and, endless space. I could probably fill one up pretty easily. I just like them all. Every time I ride something, I don't know. I love being on two wheels. I don't get to do it as much anymore. Which I said on the last video. I'm always mountain biking, so I've always got to drive the vehicle with the mountain bike on it to get anywhere. Unless I was an animal and I just rode my mountain bike everywhere. But I don't really want to do that. But I kind of miss the opportunities to ride road bikes as much as maybe I used to when I was riding to school and stuff. But now that I'm here, I get to ride them while I'm at work, so it's super awesome. And I actually rode my Bonneville in today. I've decided to take a day off of pedaling, so I got to ride the Bonnie into work, and it's been a pretty good day. I've been on two wheels almost all day, so I can't thank everybody at CC Power Sports enough for giving me the opportunity to do this and share my love of motorcycles with everybody. On our Facebook and Instagram and on YouTube if you're watching us there. And if you want to keep my dream alive, please subscribe. Like the video, share it, like our page on Facebook, like us on Instagram, give us a follow. I really appreciate it. It helps me continue to spread the word of the company and get everybody out on motorcycles. That's one of the goals we like to do, is to, you know, get new riders out here and just share our love with everybody of everything two wheels. And you know, if you're watching this and it's not June 26th yet, June 26th, 2021, we're gonna have our open house. So we'll have Jason Britton here with his stunt crew, and they're going to be doing some serious wheelies and burnouts and all kinds of cool stuff in the parking lot. And we're going to have giveaways, and we're going to have some cool free t-shirts, limited amount on those, so don't miss out. But it's going to be an awesome show, man. We're going to have free Kona ice, and we're going to have some grub, and we're just going to be hanging out, man. It's going to be a cool day. So if you're into that kind of thing, if you just want to come talk motorcycles and maybe get some free swag, don't miss out on June 26th on the open house, and come hang out. You know, I'll actually be here. Maybe if you're watching this, and you know, just come up and ask for Scotty, the marketing dude. I'll probably be running around for a little bit. I'll be shooting some video and taking pictures and chatting it up. So definitely don't miss out on open house. That's a big you know, we had probably 2,000 people here, I don't know, last year, and it was just a big party, man. It was awesome. So it's going to be taking place right here in this parking lot I'm getting ready to pull up to. So if you haven't ever seen Jason Britton do his thing, and you might have and didn't know it, he's Hollywood stuntman for a long time. He did all the stunts in Biker Boys back in the day. So it'll be happening right here, June 26th. So don't miss out on that. And this has been Scotty, the marketing dude. I'll check you later.